Hello artists, Mr. Briggs again, with an activity for you to try. This art project is about movement, specifically movement that is symmetrical. So try it with me. I just have my hands here, or my pointer fingers, and I'm going to try to move both hands in the same way. I'm moving my fingers up and out. Move your fingers down and in. Move your fingers out. Make a zigzag. See how they're moving simultaneously in opposite directions? Different from moving in the same direction, like this. These are creating different shapes. I want to use that with some drawing materials. I have some black crayons, and I'm going to put one in each hand. If you don't have two crayons, I know that I love to have my materials nice, but you can always break a crayon in half so that you have two pieces. And I'm gonna hold these two crayons and just start making some drawings here. I'll go up and out, in, make a curl, kind of fun. I think I'm going to start back up here and make some zigzags. And go off to the side of the paper. And so I can make lots of lines. I could also do shapes. Maybe I want to try to do some circles. You might find that one hand works a little bit better than the other, but as you're using them both at the same time, it may be a little easier for you than you might think. After you get some lines and shapes created, then you could add some other patterns and designs with other materials. I have some oil pastels here that I would like to add some designs with, and I'm going to continue making them symmetrical by doing the same thing on both sides of my picture. So if I color in one shape on the left, I want to color the shape in on the right too. And sometimes I want to color in very evenly inside a shape. And other times I might like to make a design or a pattern. This activity is not about drawing a particular object or idea like a castle or a dinosaur. It's more about capturing movement and about making a design or a composition that is symmetrical, meaning you can draw a line down the middle and they're basically the same on both sides. Now for a fun kind of magic trick. I have some markers here. These are washable markers, and I'm going to use a couple of these here. Let's stick with my kind of greens and yellows. And I want to add some more color. And I will use the side of my marker to make a thick line. I'll travel around this shape here. Since this is a really big shape, I think I'm going to make this line a little bit more bold by making it twice. And if you were with me in art last year, you might remember me talking about lawnmower coloring, where we kind of go back and forth. I could also use dash lines to fill in a space to create some movement. Whatever I do on one side, I want to do on the other side. I have a variety of colors, so I want to use some of these other colors as well. Instead of filling in the entire shape, I can just go around the outside, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of art magic here. Sometimes artists make patterns by making something over and over again by repeating it. Here I'm making green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. And I think I want to add, never mind, I don't want to add any more. Well, I do really want to add more. I'll speed this up for you. I forgot to mention that I taped down the corners of my paper so that the paper did not move. So what is this magic trick that I'm telling you about, or would like to tell you about? Well, we can just use a little bit of water and a paintbrush to activate those markers and make them become almost like paint. I'm going to get my brush really wet and I'm just going to start painting on top. And don't worry if your marker doesn't become watercolor right away or become paint-like right away. It takes a little bit of time for that water to activate the color in the marker. But it will start to spread out and fill in the shapes. I used a very strong paper. My paper is a little heavier than just say like copy paper, and you might be able to see how it's starting to fill in between the shapes. And it's okay that there's still some dark areas because I created those to make some movement in my artwork. Just like if I was doing watercolor painting, I want to kind of stick with the same colors. So I'm using this paintbrush in the areas with the blues and greens here first, and I'm staying out of this area and here because I don't want to mix those colors up. I need to keep my brush really wet. If you draw with crayon, the colors will not go mix in with the crayon lines because the crayon acts as a resist, meaning the water doesn't go into that area. Let's see. Now I'm going to switch to a smaller brush because I want to work in a smaller area. You may have a small brush, you may have a big brush. Use what you have. That's what we do as artists. Start where you are and use what you have. I want to do these smaller areas, and I'm going to do all the green ones first because I don't want to blend my colors. Probably if I thought about this more and I'm reflecting, I would have started with yellow because if I have a little bit of green on my brush, it's going to change that yellow. So I'll try to clean it really well. But if I thought about it again, I might start with the yellow because I know if I have yellow on my brush and I put it in the green, that's not really going to change it that much. All right, so I have some designs that I've made and it's looking really neat, but I think I would like to add some more. So you could continue on and add if you'd like. This is a great activity to try and I'd love to see your results.